Podcast, episode 16. First and foremost, I am welcoming back Jose. I know you missed an episode last week.
Yes, sir.
Welcome back to the podcast. Honestly,
thank you for lifting the restraining order.
I know I haven't been making podcasts each week like I did starting out, but there was just so much stuff to talk about this past week, and I was like, dude, I have to come back and do another podcast.
He begged me, guys.
I had to, man. It's not the same without Jose.
I wanted to sleep. I wanted to go to sleep.
It's not the same without Jose on the podcast, man. And let's just go ahead and get into it, man. Your boy Tay K is serving how many years?
He got sentenced to 55 years for a murder charge. He pled guilty for aggravated robbery for the first charge, and he's appealing it.
It was a botched robbery, from what I understand.
What does that mean?
It means it wasn't supposed to go down that way. It was like, from what I understand, is that he killed someone on accident. Or it was
he didn't kill anyone.
Or like one of his friends killed someone. But pretty much, what I heard is that he did a song about it, like bragging about it. Is that true?
What do you mean, did a song about bragging that specific murder?
Yeah, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. I saw it on Twitter.
No,
you're more informed on Tay K than I am.
No,
so you can tell me. I heard that he did a song pretty much
and nobody's
bragging.
gonna murder somebody and then
really?
Brag about that specific murder.
I mean, we could bring up YMW.
If you listen to his... Shut the fuck up. If you listen to his lyrics, I mean, yeah, he talks about killing and owning or having guns with him and shit like that. But, I mean, that's in rap music. And, I mean, you could take his words literal. I mean,
it's happened in the past with other rappers, especially one of the most recent ones was YMW Melly, but also Lil Boosie. They were using their lyrics against them in court. So, I mean... It's
gonna happen when you talk about shit like that, but... No, it's not like he was specifically talking about that situation. I mean, he was talking about how he was on house arrest and how he cut the ankle monitor. Everyone knows the song The Race, you know. Mm-hmm. How he cut the ankle... And the story of him cutting off the ankle monitor and then, you know, fleeing and getting caught in New Jersey, blah, blah, blah. And that's where... You know, supposedly there's another capital murder charge in San Antonio, the murder of like a photographer. That apparently he was the one that fired the weapon in that case, and that one's coming up. There was 3 different cases. Mm-hmm. There was the robbery gone wrong, which he just got sentenced for that one, the aggravated robbery. There was There was like the beating and robbing of an older man in Arlington Park, and then the third charge, which is for a murder in San Antonio.
So, do you think 55 years is justified, or do you think it was too? I'm serious, because you know.
No,
more.
free fucking take it. What are
you
talking about?
As I was gonna say, is it serviceable? Like, you think 55 years was good enough, or do you think he took the fall for his friend that actually did the killing?
He didn't take the fall. He didn't snitch on anyone. That's what happened.
Mm.
I mean, he admitted to being a part of the robbery and, you know, gathering the guns and, you know, the girls, how they set up everything and how they were just going in there to take his stuff. And I guess someone ended up shooting and killing the man that was in there, you know, a 21-year-old, I think, Ethan Walker was his name. Like a father of a little girl, and I mean it was just a robbery gone wrong. But he wasn't the shooter, so no, I don't think he deserves 55 years. Of course, I'm also being biased.
Tay K, of course, one of your
bless you, Bella.
Oh yeah, so Tay K, of course, being one of your favorite rappers, am I right?
I wouldn't say he's like my top 10, but yeah, I've been listening.
Because I remember last year when The Race came out, it was huge. You couldn't go anywhere without listening to it. Mm-hmm. So, and then just to go from that to this year where he's getting 55 years.
It sucks because I mean he's local, so like I started hearing the buzz from him like earlier, and then I was obsessed with the song Mega Man, and then it seemed like a couple months later he just blew the fuck up. Like I remember listening to, like, seeing that video on YouTube when it had like 3,000 views. And then this murder thing happened a few months later, and then I go back on the video and it's like 30 million views or some shit like that. I'm like, damn.
Yeah. I saw a post on Twitter, actually before we came on, saying that Tay K is one of the only rappers to have a song go platinum and him never perform it.
Never perform it.
Or go on a tour.
Never go on tour.
So that's wild to me that he was that big, but he never actually got to perform.
Well,
because it happened so quickly.
The success came because of the crime. I'm not gonna lie. He was buzzing here in like local areas, but he would have never became as big. In my opinion, I mean, I don't think he would have. He's a good rapper, and he could have. He definitely would have stayed like in the underground world, I think. But the crime definitely. I mean, the whole like memes and Twitter making it become viral. I mean, the song, I remember the meme was like him, how he's like smoking a blunt in front of his wanted poster and shit. Like everyone just thought it was so savage and shit, so it blew up and it was like everywhere so quickly, and that's what made it become famous. That's what made him become famous.
So the real question is, Jose, if you could free Tay K or YMW Memo,
shut up.
You can only free one, man. Who are you gonna free?
I'll plead the fifth.
R. Kelly, man. You'd free R. Kelly, of course.
No, I'm not answering that dumbass question.
R. Kelly actually ended up going to jail
I heard.
For all those crimes, and it's funny because we actually started the podcast and one of the topics was R. Kelly, and it's funny that all these weeks later, and that motherfucker's still in the news. So I just think it's hilarious. R. Kelly's done though, for real. Like,
so what? Did he get sentenced?
Yeah, I heard he got sentenced. He's like,
how long?
I don't remember the exact time, but I just know he got caught for the more child pornography, pretty much.
Golly.
I know.
What is wrong with that, man?
I don't know, man.
I heard about like the people like started coming forth and telling them that like they knew about it and started showing more evidence after R. Kelly stopped paying them off, which is kind of fucked up. It's like everybody knew the secrets and shit, and like they were keeping it a secret until like until the money started rolling in, and then they were like, "Oh well, fuck you." And like,
yeah,
I'm like, damn, like they should all get in trouble for that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I'm thinking it's like, also, I mean, I remember thinking this when like Michael Jackson and other people got in trouble for crimes like this, and like people started coming forward. Especially Bill Cosby was another one that was like he had like a new victim like every week.
Free Bill Cosby.
And no, do not free Bill Cosby. But I remember like he would have a victim like every week, and it would get to the point where I'm thinking, okay, I understand there's probably real victims involved, but then there's other people that are just putting their name out there because they want money or they want fame or something like that. That's how I feel. I might be wrong. I mean, there's people out there that probably really Bill Cosby really abused, but it felt like there was like 80 people out there. I was like, there's no way Bill Cosby abused 80 people.
Oh no, he's old as shit.
Yeah,
he had the time.
I mean, yeah,
but I have no idea. Like, I don't know anything about this situation. He's in jail right now, right?
But like also with like Michael Jackson, when his accuser, and I know we never covered it on the podcast, but when his accuser,
Michael Jackson is the GOAT. He's the only one that got to walk away. Imagine how horrible it would be.
Oh, I would never
Michael Jackson turns like 67, 70 years old. They put him in jail for that shit.
I would never be able to listen to Michael Jackson again if I found out those crimes were real.
Really?
No, dude. I love Michael, but dude, there's just some things that it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right.
I don't know. I was watching Aziz Ansari, and he was like, it's just a couple kids.
No, dude, that's terrible.
He was comparing them to like Saddam Hussein or Osama bin Laden or something. He was like, maybe 1,000 people. He's like, if it was 1,000 kids, then maybe we wouldn't listen to him. But his music's too good. It was just a couple kids is alright.
Well, okay, because the reason I say is I remember when he was on trial, one of the kids that he supposedly abused said that it never happened, and then years later, after Michael's death, it was the documentary they showed on TV. He was one of the victims that was like...
I ain't never seen that documentary. I want to watch it.
Yeah,
I don't want to watch it, but
he went back on it. He went back on all that, and he's like, actually, yes, Michael did do these things to me. So, and I know we never covered it on this podcast because like I said, we never watched the documentary. But I do think it's interesting when stuff like that happens. But I don't know how we got off topic. Fucking R. Kelly. We weren't supposed to...
I want to see that fucking... I don't want to see it. I want to see the R. Kelly confessions or whatever.
Surviving R. Kelly?
Yeah, I heard that shit was intense.
I saw some clips on Twitter, and he was like talking about like how much he loves his mom, but like in a sexual way. He was like, it was really weird. He's like, he said that he had asked his mom to marry him at one point, and he said something else about like how his mom would be drinking a coffee, and like he would drink out of the same spot that his mom drank out of because he liked the way her lipstick tasted and all this like creepy shit. So R. Kelly's definitely like a fucking weirdo.
R. Kelly deserves to be in jail after what I just fucking heard.
He's a fucking weirdo, man. So, again,
free fucking Tay K.
Yeah, I didn't mean to get off course, but yes. So, free Tay K. Another wild thing, and we'll get into it in just a second, is the ASAP Rocky thing. But leading into it also, before we get into that, was Future. His bodyguard was also attacked. I talked about it on the last episode with Mikey about ASAP Rocky getting in jail, being in jail in Sweden, and he was being followed around, and and then ASAP Rocky had to hit him with the rock bottom to finally get him off, and then ASAP Rocky ended up doing time. He's in jail right now, and I saw he could do up to 2 years, and all this crazy shit. But yeah, I saw that he can do up to 2 years if he gets sentenced. He can get up to 2 years. But then also, like, days later, the same thing happened with Future. I don't know if it was in Sweden. I didn't look.
That nigga got money. He's not going to do no 2 years.
That's what I saw, man. He can get sentenced to 2 years.
Everyone's just freaking out because they're holding him right now. He's not going to do no damn 2 years.
Well, okay, so before we get into ASAP, the same thing happened with Future. Future's bodyguard got knocked out. Someone ran up on Future's bodyguard and got knocked out. And you see in the video, fucking Future, like, off to the side. Like, he's like, I'm not a part of this. He's, like, off to the side.
No, that's cap, bro. He tweeted about it. I guess they edited the video to make it look all types of weird. They edited like a few different type of videos to make it look like Future's just walk. Because Future, I mean, if you would notice if that shit's going on, you would turn around or be like some type of way. He was casually just walking away, like blah blah blah.
I did think it was weird.
I don't think he was anywhere near that situation.
Yeah, I did think it was a little weird that Future was like way off and his bodyguard's like over here. Like, why is his bodyguard over here? And Future all the way off.
Apparently, like, they wanted to take a picture with him. I guess Future said no or something. His bodyguard told him no. Tried to push him away. And then when the bodyguard was walking away, they came up from behind or some shit.
But did you see the statement Future put out? I know I saw it. I don't have it pulled up in front of me. But it was all pretty much like, don't believe that shit. It's all lies. Yeah. So, but... Also, leading in ASAP Rocky, what is up with people just thinking it's okay to run up on rappers? Like, is it just because they're like, they talk about gang shit that they're like, all right, let's test their gangsta and like try to run up on them? Like,
no, and that wasn't the situation at all with ASAP Rocky. It wasn't like they were following him around and shit.
Yeah, he's like, give him my headphones. That dude was like cracked out or something.
Yeah, it's not like they were like, hey, like I'm tougher than you, blah blah blah.
No, but what I'm saying is like people they ran up on ASAP and they also ran up on Future. And like, dude,
well, if you think about it, these guys are just regular ass people. Behind all the money, they're just like you could go up to anybody and just, you be in the presence of anybody. Besides, like a big bodyguard stepping in your way, like they're just regular ass people. Like nothing stops you from being face to face with them.
Yeah.
And some people just don't know their boundaries, just don't respect privacy and. Like, they're rich. Like, they might... If you ask them to take a picture, they might agree. And, they might be cool enough to sign some shit or take a pic... Bella, what's wrong? They might be cool enough to, sign some shit or take a picture with you, but... If they don't want to, they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? And if that pisses you off, like, you have some issues you gotta deal with. Like, why are you so fucking sensitive? You know what I'm saying? Like, you wanted a picture with a grown-ass man that bad. A grown man wanted a picture with another grown man bad.
Because if Soulja Boy was walking down the street, you would fangirl.
That's Soulja Boy.
You would fangirl.
That's Soulja Boy. Future and alright, I guess I didn't get to take a picture with Future. Soulja Boy, I would knock his bodyguard out too.
We like to say what's up to Big Soulja.
You're gonna have to, Big Draco, dude. He's probably got the Big Draco on him though, so I would leave the man alone if you asked me to.
So, I was just thinking it's weird that people think it's okay to run up on them, but you do bring up a good point. At the end of the day, they are just regular human beings with a lot more money, but they are regular human beings. But I just don't think it's okay for people to think, like, you shouldn't think, okay, I want to run up on this dude and just knock out his bodyguard just because he didn't want to take a picture with me. Like, there's something mentally wrong. Same thing with the dude that got in ASAP's face. Like, if you watch the video, ASAP was like, leave me alone, you know, and he's like, just give my headphones, and, like, people think it's just okay to run up on them, like, you know, like, I don't know, that dude was definitely high or something, or drunk, because he kept saying, give my headphones, and ASAP's like, I don't have them, they're over there, like, we threw them or whatever, you know, so, but then I heard, recently read something, and I know it's a little bit older, it happened, like, last week, but your boy Donald Trump over here tried to free ASAP, and I think he made things worse, because he said he was making a phone call to free ASAP Rocky, and then, like, a couple days later, the news gets released that ASAP could do up to 2 years. So, I felt like Donald Trump made things worse for ASAP Rocky, dude.
You think so?
No, I'm just joking. But, I did hear something that said, or, like, it's obviously just Twitter, so, people were saying that, like, Donald Trump was just doing this to appeal to the African American votes. You know, I don't know if that's true. Come on now, I don't want to get into politics, but I just saw something that said,
he's
like,
probably just doing a favor for a very powerful person. You know, like.
Well, from what I saw,
Kanye West,
from what I saw, it was
favor,
Kanye.
like,
Yeah, it was Kanye that had asked him, like, to help out.
And he probably, I mean, I saw him tweet or whatever. You saw the video, the footage. I mean, it is a fucked up situation. He was doing nothing but defending himself. He asked them multiple times to get the fuck away from him and to leave them alone and just walk the other way, and so they could carry on and do their thing. And they kept fucking harassing him. Eventually, you know, especially like, if you have a troubled past of, you know, getting into fights or maybe having anger issues, like, you're gonna snap, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's their fucking fault. Yeah. So I don't think he was trying to appeal to anybody's audience. I think, if anything, he was just doing someone a favor that, you know, it could help them out in the long run. Maybe, and if he is, like, it definitely earned him some points, you know what I'm saying? Like.
Well, okay, so you saw the video. Everyone's seen the video. And I'm wondering why the only one that's getting in any trouble is A$AP Rocky. Like, nothing happened to the dudes that ran up.
I think he got arrested with 2 of his friends. Wait, what do you mean? The other guys?
The dude that ran up on him asking for his headphones. Like, I didn't hear anything that happened to him. Like, other than a couple bruises and beat down. Like,
no, I saw some pictures. Apparently, he had a bunch of bruises and, like,
yeah, but, like,
his figure was literally black, I guess.
But what I'm saying is, like, nothing happened to him. Like, you would think, like, he would have got.
They're the ones that got assaulted.
I know, but, like, if the video clearly shows them, like,
arrested.
if the video clearly shows them, like, hey, leave me alone, like, why didn't they get in any trouble? Or why?
That's why everyone's pissed off.
That's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like people are mad, and A$AP Rocky is could do up to 2 years, but nothing happened to these guys that got beat up. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand how Sweden is just like, yeah, we're gonna make an example at A$AP Rocky and just keep him locked up. You know, like, I think it's fucking stupid, and, like, yeah, something needs to be done.
Sweden jails aren't even that bad, like, at all.
Me and Mikey joked around on the last episode.
Like, they say he's in, like, what do you say, like...
He's in, I don't know what it's called, but he's, like, he's
inhumane.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Inhumane, blah, blah, blah.
He's
like,
just...
Bitch, I've seen, like, documentaries on, like, overseas, like, prisons and shit. That shit looks like a dormitory. Like, that shit looks like you're literally in college. Like, they got TVs, they got pool tables, no cap, refrigerators in the room and shit. Like, they're living comfortable, bro.
Okay, so, yeah.
They're living better than me over here, bro.
That's what me and Mikey...
Lies.
That's what me and Mikey joked about. It's just because he's rich and he's just not used to these inhumane conditions, you know what I'm saying?
I guess, dude.
But,
like,
and then
he's too pretty to be in the shit.
That's what I said. I was like, A$AP Rocky's too pretty. Did you see the thing in the statement where they had asked him, like, you go by any nicknames? He's like, Rocky, A$AP Rocky, pretty motherfucker. Like, could you just imagine A$AP Rocky in court? Like, yeah,
I didn't see that.
I'll be that pretty motherfucker. You know what I'm
saying? Yes, I can imagine that shit. Of course. I would say the same shit if I was A$AP Rocky. What are you talking about?
I think it's hilarious. But another thing is, like, I had talked about it with Mikey, and I'm wondering to get your opinion about how you feel about other rappers raising their voice. You know, like, obviously it's A$AP Rocky. They, you know, free my man's A$AP is what they're saying. But why aren't more rappers? Why don't they raise their voice on other things? Like, they only... And Mikey brought up a good point. He says that they only kind of help each other out because they make each other money. That's what he was saying. But what do you think about that? Like, rappers, like, you don't hear them talk about other things. Like, very few speak out, but the majority, like, if it doesn't concern rap, they don't hear them, like, speak out. Like,
I mean, I guess, but, I mean, it is a rap community in there. They are all friends. You know, it's like...
Like, all these rappers were boycotting Sweden.
They
like,
know each other personally.
Tyler, all these people
you know
are
what I'm
saying...
saying? Yeah. They know him personally, so they see that it's a fucked up situation. And yeah, I mean, they might not speak up about everything else, but this is what's going on in their rap community, you know what I'm saying? Something that they're, like, we're just fans of everyone, but they're literally in the spectrum, you know? So, like, yeah, I would understand, just like when 21 Savage got arrested,
that was one
and
of my
y'all
examples,
were like,
yeah.
oh, why didn't, you know, they speak up before this, blah, blah, blah. It's because it's their, like, their close personal friend, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but if it's
no one's going to say anything, or they might talk about it, but they're not going to get real involved until it's someone they personally know, you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, but now that 21 Savage got that all figured out, no one talks about deportation or ICE anymore, and even though that's
rappers
still a
don't,
big
but
thing.
everybody
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just wish rappers would speak up more when it comes to that stuff. Like, they're so quick to speak up about it when it's one of their own.
Because they got so much shit going on, that's the last thing.
What?
No,
their
I mean,
water's
like,
room temperature? Come on now.
No, I just mean, like, they don't care about shit like that.
Obviously.
They're too rich, you know what I'm saying? They don't have worries like that, like... And what, I mean, yeah, they can talk about it, but what the fuck are they gonna do? They're just fucking rappers, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
they're not no fucking politicians.
But I think that if they spoke out, more of their fans would be inclined to...
There's already millions of people that fucking talk shit, that talk about those type of things, you know? And one rapper is not gonna change much. I mean, it might, but I mean, everyone already knows what the fuck's going on. There's no one in the world, or there's no one that's that clueless.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people already have their opinions, whether it's right or whether it's wrong. You know, a rapper's not gonna go and change someone's mind that thinks that this whole ICE thing is a good idea when they see videos and all that shit going on. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, a rapper's not gonna be the one to change little white boy Chad's like mind. You know what I'm saying? Like,
white boy Chad.
You know what
the
I'm
same
saying?
dude that was blasting 6ix9ine, right?
Huh?
The white boy Chad, the same dude that was blasting 6ix9ine.
Exactly. Free
but now,
no, wait, what was I saying?
But now he's blasting Blueface.
I'm so used to saying
now
free everybody. I was about to say free 6ix9ine. Hell,
but now he's
that nigga in
the
there.
dude that Chad that was too busy blasting 6ix9ine. Now he's blasting Blueface.
That's
dude.
the best rapper alive. The best rapper alive. I realize that Blueface is like the funniest.
No, dude.
Blueface is like the funniest
God.
person. Obviously, I don't listen to his music or whatever. But he's literally, I was watching his interviews and shit. He's funny as fuck, dude.
Fucking booty juice, bro. No. Like, I saw...
How is me saying he's funny as fuck compared?
I'm talking about him because... Okay, so...
I literally didn't say anything about his songs or music. I just said he's funny.
I mean, you can think he's funny. I just think it's like... He posted a thing or he did an interview or I forgot what it was, or he said he's the best lyrical rapper out right now. Do you agree?
No, obviously.
I was fully expecting you to be like,
but he also said that, you know, all his songs sound the same because it's easier.
Yeah,
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, like, obviously, he's not being literal and saying he's the fucking best lyrical rapper. He's probably just trolling because he knows people are gonna talk about him. Even
and it
more.
Worked because people talked about him.
Yeah,
but
and even if he does believe he's the most lyrical, someone should put him in special ed classes or something. But I mean, obviously, it's not. You know,
one thing I was gonna say is that when it comes to rap and it comes to hip hop, you should probably, even if you probably don't really believe it, you should have that confidence in you saying I'm the best out, you know, or I have the best album out, because that, you know, that confidence does a little something extra to you. I feel like, because, for example, when back in like 2005 or whatever year it was, when Wayne was like, I'm the best rapper alive now since the best rapper retired, like everybody was saying like, oh, like fan wise, people were like, Lil Wayne's not the best rapper, but none of the other rappers that were out at that time like really kind of came at Wayne saying, no, you're not the best rapper alive. So I feel like when you do have that confidence saying stuff like that,
Gucci Mane was the best rapper.
when
carry on.
When you do have that confidence in you, whether you 100% believe it or not, I think it impacts the music a little better, you know.
Wayne spoke it into existence.
Yeah, exactly. So like your thoughts.
I mean, confidence will take you a long way. Confidence is key. That's all you need, especially in like the rap game.
Like to this day, when Lil Wayne's on tour and he comes out, they be like, ladies and gentlemen, the best rapper alive. And I mean, Lil Wayne don't really be rapping like that anymore, but he gives himself that title.
You gotta pay respect, you know what I'm saying? And he is like arguably one of the greatest rappers.
Thank you.
Alive.
We can
Dead or alive.
We can officially wrap this podcast now that Jose's admitted that Lil Wayne's
Alright,
the
it's
best
time to go to sleep anyway. No, but
I do think Blueface, if he says he's the best lyrically, unless somebody challenges him, then I mean he's just gonna keep saying it until somebody believes him.
Anybody could challenge him. He's gonna fucking lose on that one.
He was a part of the XXL list. I probably know like 2 people on that list.
Really?
Yes.
Which is?
Gunna and Blueface. Juice WRLD maybe. Is it?
Juice WRLD was on there?
Isn't he?
I don't think
See,
so.
that shows you how much I know about fucking the XXL list.
No,
but,
there's no way Juice WRLD was on there.
But the what I was gonna say.
No, Juice WRLD turned it down. I think it was Lil Mosey, Trash, DaBaby, Fire.
Oh, DaBaby's on it. Okay.
Blueface, like you said, Fire. I'm just kidding.
So
Gunna, the greatest. Who else was on there? I already said DaBaby. Meg Thee Stallion.
I know who Meg Thee Stallion.
Tierra Whack, I think, some shit like that.
Yeah, she's whack, of course.
Rico Nasty. Who else was on there?
God, dude, you know what? I'm starting to feel
YK Osiris. Trash.
I'm starting to feel like you know how in those movies
Comethazine is on there.
You know how in those movies growing up you always see the kids like Dad, your music's trash, and then like the dad's like, back in my day, you know what I'm saying, like showing him like the old school music, and the kids always say it's whack. Like that's how I feel now. Like my music is definitely way better than what the fuck that's out right now. That's how I'm starting to feel.
And Roddy Ricch and Cordae, I forgot them too. They're on there.
One of the things I was gonna say is I haven't listened to the XXL freestyles yet. I think I heard part of the babies, and that's about it. I was gonna wait until we did the podcast so I can kind of react to them. You've heard these.
Yeah.
So who do you think had the best one?
The best, probably DaBaby, but he just like recycled the song. But I mean, he still did better than all of them.
So play me some of the XXL freestyles. Don't play the whole thing because we're not gonna sit here for 20 minutes talking about it. But
okay, so this one right here is Blueface, YBN, Cordae, Rico Nasty. I'll play you clips from each one.
Okay. My first reaction to the XXLs. This is what you were playing at the beginning of the podcast, isn't it? No?
Rico Nasty's pretty good. YBN.
See, what's the cost of $1 when you don't have shit and you down up on your last bit? And every moment passing makes you wonder what could happen. Sipping Henny frozen, feeling spaced out like a semicolon. Made $1 million, life is really golden. But what's most important when you hope for portions of a dope endorsement? Only hang with thoroughbreds, no broken horses. Cruising in the Mustang like I must change. Tinted windows couldn't even hide the blood stains. Fuck a bitch in luxury, she gave me plush brain. Got no time for love games, got too much fame. The issue is, all the lies is told to habituous. To the point where you don't realize what type of bitch you is.
You can't put YBN and Cordae next to Blueface and argue that Blueface is more lyrical. But Blueface does have the best.
Are it these?
Oh yeah.
Oh god.
Blueface baby. Oh yeah.
XXL just went stupid. If he tripping, then he falling. Stupid. Drop top Mars, no Lawrence. My shit ruthless. I need a impossible to play with my Rufus. Famous crib. If I pulled up, then she blew it. Hate to be my ex bitch cause she salty like some Lucas. No time for nonsense. I need a deposit. I wanted to be rich instead of regular, so I left college. I get paid the most just to do
Is it me or is Blueface never on fucking beat?
To preach the word like a priest.
I feel like he's never on fucking beat.
Niggas could never beat me. You 40 shorty still working. I spent 40 on this rollie. Ooh, sauce dripping when I'm dressing.
Alright, I've heard enough of this.
Buzzer beat her VVS's. Ain't text her back, but she still got the message.
Okay, so
he said, ain't text her back, but she still got the message. Lyrical?
oh my
Not lyric? What are you talking about, boy?
Okay, so
that was the greatest thing I ever heard.
who's this?
This is Magazine Roddy Rich to Magazine Fire right here.
Claim he gon' get me, claim he gon' rush me. We outside this spot, nah nigga, time to get ugly. How I'm shitting in his pants, nigga, pass him a huggy. Chopper bullets make him dance, look he hitting this Dougie. Catch him like and do your thing, then clean up the spot. Cause who gon' leave some evidence? Nigga, I'm not. I paid 100 for the fortunes, now it's blood on the bottom. Finna hit the foot, lock a bitch, I'm not finna wash her. She say, ass since you got rich, you act like a dick. Nah, bitch, that ain't it, I just cannot trust a bitch. And they think I got a problem cause I smoke out the pound. Shit, I roll up from you niggas, it won't pass in the round.
I like him as a he's an asshole.
Fuck all that talking, let's do it. I keep me a ruler, bitch. I grew up with the shoes, sliding in the back of the rag with the roof up. I got all white diamonds, Ku Klux. My bitch be nagging too much, make it rain and magic too much. I don't wear my paddock too much. I be really getting pissed off. Wear my bendy evil, like my shirt look pissed off. Yeah, I got expensive habits, Ace of spade when I'm thirsty. Plug, let me get it jerk cheap. We gon' pull up to the club 30 deep. Ace spent 10 racks on my dog, nigga. That bitch gon' alert me.
I think he's probably the best one
when they touch down, my dog gon' jerk me. Knew how to whip before I walked inside the first grade.
I don't know, I just like the way he raps.
The queen of my city, I prove it in this freestyle. Philly.
Her last name
Me
is Wax,
mugging all your cheap smiles. You a beach chair, you fold, I'm a beach towel. The way I come around, everybody remain the same. You know my name, with $1 in a dream, I changed the game. Wait, a beach towel folds too. I'll beat your ass if you run up on my crew. Like a child at the zoo or a kid at the beach. I keep talking about the beach when I'm trying to dig deep in the sand. I leave my eyes open when I sleep. I'm a man. W.O. at the beginning. Bumping John Lennon in my all-white linen suit. Getting loose. Your booth ain't this a kiss and booth. I dip and shoot. I need space like missing tooth. Now this is proof. I ain't even want to do this, but I knew this. Would prove it. I'm a teacher to you students. Peppermint soap. I brag and I boast. I record my notes. Your rap is a joke. I step on your throat. I laugh to the bank with a bag full of pranks. I'm the shit, so please don't be mad when I stank. Yo.
You like her?
Huh?
Did you like her?
Oh, I don't listen to her.
all I know is she's talking about beach towels, man.
You just wouldn't shut up and listen. It's so fucking annoying.
Goddamn, I feel like
this is what I was playing in the beginning.
Freshman of the year, I woke
the
up like
biggest
a
trash
man.
can.
Never popping his ass cause they killing me. Damn, when you got that money, they be trying to be your friend. Okay, this a lame ass beat. Walk up on your bitch, my dick, A-F-D. Why he talking out his lip, he know ain't shit sweet. Hey, yo, block, I'm going sweet.
No one said that except for Kodak.
No, Kodak, Gucci, Wayne, like there's a lot of people that say that on the song.
Oh, they meant on the cypher.
Swerving raw with bitch, I want your man trying to see what it hit for. Post a new pic for a bitch, I'm a shit on. Big bag talk, make that little money get gone.
I like how Lil Mosey's in the background all embarrassed. He's like, did I really
rich
just
bitch shit, I
fucking...
might throw a bag at you. Speaking on my name, only make it sound better. Your nigga in my DM and he write love letters. Say that booty looking soft for Hawaiian rolls. I be in the gym, I'm your girl, body goals. Flexing on the gram, do it for the mad hoes. Everything I do, they watch me like I'm on a roll. Couple of these bitches niggas on my block list. Drop a screenshot, if I wanna start shit. I ain't fuck your man that in high rock sis. I just took him to the bank to make a deposit.
Now this was hilarious.
She body when she looking at her young nigga. I fuck her good, now she talk about a young nigga. And I don't understand these bitches why they like me. I put it in, now she wanna exercise it. Now she say she worth it, but she ain't worth it. I put them diamonds on my wish and now she want me. I swear you niggas always
he literally made the list of one song that's on the radio.
and now they want it. And now she wanna get it by now.
Yeah, you can skip him now.
I ain't got a cap in no motherfucking rapper. I whip out and air it out broad day. I got in with the stick and I'm with that. Break a nigga and half like a Kit Kat. I've been trying to be positive, mama. They ain't fucking with Jonathan, mama. Who you know put their motherfucking myself on the map and now they don't know nobody shit. I sent one of my little niggas come take you off, you get laid on the floor by a chick. Got put over with 55K in my pocket, the police, they know I'm legit. The police, they know I got sticks, they be worried about me, they know I'm a click. These niggas, they know I'm a dog, I ain't worried about him, I know he a bitch. The next nigga that come play with me, I'ma send him to go ask Tupac for a pick. They say I'm the hottest new nigga, go check the thermometer, that nigga sick. Nigga must have a fever or something, heard he was born up in Cleveland or something. Let me give you a history lesson, we moved back to Charlotte, 1999. I ain't saying that none of that matters, somebody touch me, that somebody die. Why he talking so calm when he say that? How he make him rewind and we play that? Who you know get a fade once a week and they tryna get way fucking motherfucking weight cap. Every time that the DJ play shit, niggas throw up they arm like a motherfucking racetrack. Every time that my baby girl see me, she run and say, Daddy, I love when she say that. Every time I hit one of my moves, all the bitches go crazy, they like how I do that. I keep one in their head, if I don't let her first, I'ma dive to the side when I shoot back. Yeah, I'm coming like Blade in this bitch. Fuck around and walk down in the trench coat. They gon' have to put me with the grace. Wanna fuck with me, she gotta wait. On the yacht with me and the kids, it's 4 of us, we on the sea and steak. I ain't going outside, I know who I'm a pimp. He keep bumping this motherfucking.
So my question to you is, how many of these rappers that are on the XXL list do you see them lasting? Do you see them being around in the next couple of years? Because every time
like 2, 3 of them.
Every time they do the XXL list, like maybe 1 or 2 last long.
The Baby will last a little bit. Megan will last. Roddy Ricch will last. Blueface will last.
Gunna will of course last.
YBN will last. And obviously Gunna, but he did, I mean, I don't know why he's on. He's like the super senior of the XXL freshman list. You know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't even jump on any of the freestyles.
So
he's too rich.
I think the ones I liked were DaBaby and Roddy Ricch. Surprisingly, I liked Roddy Ricch for some reason. But those are my 2 standouts out of the XXL freestyles. So there we go. I think I feel bad for this next generation of rap. So let's go ahead and move on from the XXL list. I've heard them all. I've heard what I needed to hear.
Speaking of XX.
Oh, dude, no. Okay, so that's something I wanted to bring up. And can you pull up the video? I sent it to you on Twitter. So before we start, or before we get into that topic, there was a comedian on Comedy Central. She was doing a joke, and she pretty much made fun of XXXTentacion getting shot and killed and robbed. If Jose can pull up the video so I can show y'all the clip. And I want y'all to listen to it. Tell me, like, and Jose, you tell me what. I want y'all to listen to the clip. And Jose,
Tay K is the first rapper to have gone record.
No, I sent it to you earlier. You're gonna have to look for it. I want y'all to listen to it, and Jose, you can tell me your thoughts. I don't know if you've heard. I don't know if you've heard the joke yet.
Oh, I've heard it.
XXXTentacion. He's a rapper who was murdered. He's dead now. He was shot. He was on his way to buy a car with $50,000 in cash, and somebody shot him and took the money, which is very tragic. But I think also it would be a very good Venmo commercial. You know? That's the first thing I thought when I heard that. Like, I don't have Venmo. I should get Venmo.
So, yeah. So, Jose, you've heard that. I've heard that. What's the first thing that comes to mind? I know comedy is kind of like one of those things where, like, anything goes. You know, you can talk about pretty much anything. But do you think she went too far with that joke?
I mean, no, I didn't think it was funny, but I don't think she went too far.
I don't know what it is about, like, when...
If she was going to do a joke about him, I just think she should have made it funny. Like a funny joke,
It's like, if you... Yeah.
I mean, it's been more than enough time. Like, it's not too soon or anything.
Okay, but, like, for example, if someone was to make a joke about Mac Miller or someone else like that, people... Like, there's just certain things that you just... I don't feel you should joke about. I don't think you should joke about the dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're no longer here. So you shouldn't really joke on them, you know what I'm saying? Like, if they're still here...
No, that's not true.
I just think it should be limits, man. I mean, I'm not saying to censor comedy because that would, you know...
People make jokes about anything. I don't think dead people are off the table. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're saying.
I think it should just, like, you should draw a line sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, or at least murder and...
At least make the joke funny. That's it.
I think...
Those people in the crowd
those people
funny, but they were probably...
thought it was hilarious, but...
Yeah, but, I mean, she was probably doing it in front of, like, 20 white college students that didn't really care, you know what I'm saying? What
bothered me is that she just didn't deliver the joke very well. She's just, like, very monotone about it, like, XXX.
That's probably what her style is, and that's probably why nobody knows who she is, because she's not fucking funny.
I don't know, man.
I did see a lot of fucking people.
People were
her
mad.
shit,
yeah, a lot of people were mad. Like,
obviously,
I heard something that people were like giving out her personal address and phone number.
They should murder that white girl.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Yeah, like.
No, I mean, I just think if she was gonna do a joke about him, it should have just been funny.
I don't know, dude. Like I said, I think like murders, suicides, stuff like that should kind of just be.
No, suicide's always funny. I mean, it's not funny. It's not funny, but you can make a funny joke about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you make it funny enough for me to laugh, it's a good joke. But I mean I watched it with a straight face. You know, the first. Second,
so if
third,
if you're telling me that if the joke is funny, people will accept it.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't necessarily.
If that was an African American stand-up comic saying that joke, not that specific one, but saying a joke about X, and it brought everyone to tears in the crowd. I really think everyone would think it's hilarious.
I don't know, dude. Like, if Dave Chappelle or someone like that,
because it was some white girl that
I think if Dave Chappelle delivered that same joke, people would be pissed off at Dave Chappelle. Like, I just think people.
Hell no, Dave Chappelle's a legend. Nobody knows this girl, and she wasn't funny. So of course you're gonna be pissed. You're gonna be like, why the fuck are you talking about my boy? And you're not even gonna make me laugh. Golly, like, fuck. It's not, I mean, it's not even... I don't know.
It wasn't a serious...
My opinion,
It wasn't a serious thing that happened this week. I just wanted to bring it up because it did happen.
I mean, yeah, it was relevant. I mean, people were talking about it a bunch.
And, I mean, we're coming up on... we're coming up on the... What is it, anniversary?
But no, I don't think you should censor it. I don't think there should be a boundary where you can't cross, especially in comedy, because that's what one of my biggest fucking things nowadays is that everyone's so fucking sensitive. You can't say anything without offending anyone. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can't say anything about fucking gay people. You can't say anything, racist, which I get it, like, it's fucked up. But it's funny! It's funny! Like, if you're gonna say a racist joke, make me laugh. If not, you're just an asshole. Just like this lady right here. If you're gonna joke about a dead guy, make a funny joke.
I think we're just...
Because if not, you're just a cunt.
We're just in a different time period, dude, because...
Yeah, and I hate it.
Because if you look at some of the, like, even in movies, something, like, from movies from back in the day, you'd watch them, and some of the stuff they say and do, you're like, people would freak the fuck out if that was put out today.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's just a different time.
And now everyone's all fucking sensitive. Everything has to be
PC, dude.
Everything has to be fucking rainbows.
Yeah.
They want to make Spider-Man gay for no fucking reason.
I don't agree with that, yeah. Not everything...
Like, what the fuck? No, not everybody has to suck dick. Not everybody has to be gay. I fucking hate this LBGTQABC thing where everybody has to agree with dick sucking and guy on guy anal. Like, golly.
What I'm saying, because in the comic books, Peter Parker,
was never gay, ever.
And now all of a
sudden, Spike Lee did not want. Spike Lee did not.
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee did not make Spider-Man gay. Leave him alone.
You know who was? Damn. You know who was gay?
Who?
Batman. Batman was gay.
I guess. I don't know. I don't read comic books. Was he actually gay?
No, the creator of Batman came out and was like, Batman is a gay character.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm dead ass.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
And if he's saying that, he's only saying
that
now.
No, he said it a few years ago.
To get some points.
No, he said it a few years ago. He said it I watched...
Before the LBABC?
Yes, yeah, before, yeah. I'm serious.
When did he say this?
I watched it on like...
You have a clip of this?
It's like on Watch Mojo.
It's like on
Watch Mojo. I'll have to look it up and show it to you. But yeah, Batman is.
I wouldn't even care though, because I don't watch fucking Batman. I don't care about Batman. Batman's an awful superhero. So
Batman's like just a regular ass dude.
Batman is the broke Iron Man. He's nowhere near as rich as Iron Man.
So, yeah, I do agree people are too sensitive, but I also think there's just certain things you shouldn't joke about.
I don't think that's true whatsoever.
I
think there's nothing that's off limits. You know what I'm saying? I guess maybe, like you said earlier, suicide. I guess that is kind of fucked up. But if you're gonna make a funny joke, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, rest in peace, A$AP Yams. He said, if you're gonna kill yourself, at least do it with a Gucci belt. You know what I'm saying? Like, that wasn't a joke. That's just some real shit. You know what I'm saying? But that just made you chuckle, right? And just talking about suicide.
Because I could just imagine A$AP Yams saying that.
Come on. And he tweeted that, and it made you laugh. He didn't even say it in person. Come on now, bro. Come on. If you're gonna make an offensive joke, make sure it's funny. Those people thought it was funny. That was the driest comedy I've ever seen. But whatever.
Yeah, well,
but I do, since it was about a rapper and everyone was all fucking butthurt about it, I honestly do think if it was, you know, a black or African American or just a minority, you know, a funnier comedian and said, not that joke, but said a joke about him. I don't
like if Aziz Ansari, someone who's not up to Dave Chappelle's level, but he's still like
Aziz Ansari, or just like anybody fucking, you know, like Hannibal or you know, just like any other fucking minority comic out there. If they would have made a joke about him and actually made people laugh, like, it would have been actually funny. Because if those people laugh, there's got to be other people that would laugh.
There would be. I feel like they would catch heat, but it wouldn't be as big as...
If someone... I'm just saying, if Dave Chappelle was on tour and he said that in front of an audience of 20,000 people or 10,000 people, whoever, how many people are in the stage or whatever, it's not going to be an awkward silence and no one's going to laugh. They're going to start booing him off stage. People would laugh their ass off because it was Dave Chappelle and he probably made the joke funny.
Yeah. I do agree then.
Obviously.
Yeah, because then you start to get into this area where if you censor comedy, you're going into people's like First Amendment. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree. It's maybe just because the joke wasn't funny, like you said.
I know that's funny. It wasn't funny.
All right, so what do we have next on the list? I know we're almost through with it all.
I think that was damn near about everything that you wanted to bring up. Oh, you wanted to talk about Rick Ross, I guess.
Oh, okay. So we'll go ahead and end it out with new music dropping. So, Rick Ross coming out with Port of Miami 2. And he actually has a song on there.
What's MM6?
Maybach Music 6. So he has a song on there with Pusha T and Lil Wayne. Those are they've been beefing for like 10 years. You know, Pusha T's been beefing with Cash Money and Birdman and Wayne for like 10 years, it feels like. And Rick Ross put them on the song together without them knowing. So, and I mean, I can't really go too much into it because the song isn't released yet. It won't be released until the 9th. But what do you think about that? What do you think about Rick Ross putting two artists that have been beefing, who are still beefing, and putting them on a song together? Do you think he's trying to like make the peacekeeper, kind of like how Pimp C was back in the day, trying to like get people to make, you know, come together to make money together? Or do you think it was like kind of fucked up on his part to put two rappers on a song that are beefing?
I don't know. I mean, I guess it just depends on how deep this beef really is and if it's actually real. But I'm not sure. I mean
Wayne came out and said, "Fuck Pusha T and anybody that love him." Dude.
You know, like, if you were my homie and I don't mess with if I don't fuck with someone, then you probably shouldn't fuck with them either. So to put them on, you know, the same thing as me, it's probably, you know, some disrespectful type shit. But
and I'm wondering
Rick Ross at the same time, like, he knows what he's doing. He's a grown ass man, and
I'm wondering what's gonna come out of it because, like I said, the song
ain't nothing gonna come out of it. I mean, Lil Wayne's probably gonna be like, "Fuck you," then, you know what I'm saying? Fuck you, Rick Ross.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I feel like if he puts it out and Wayne and Pusha both, like, you know, kind of battling it out on the song.
There's no way that if you know this information, then Lil Wayne already knows this information. Pusha T already knows this information. And they had to bring it up to Rick Ross.
Yeah, and...
So it's up to Rick Ross now whether, I mean...
And those artists have to clear it, too. Rick Ross
I'm
just
sure,
can't put it
I'm
out.
sure they could be like, no, I'm taking my fucking verse away. I don't want to do the song anymore. Like...
I don't know.
I don't think it's that serious.
I'm just curious to see what comes out of it, and I mean maybe when that song comes out, I'll do like a first reaction or something. I don't know. I just think it's interesting because, like I said, they've been beefing for 10 years, and if you know the history of them beefing, it's the dumbest shit ever. You remember that Bape clothing line?
Yeah,
that's what they were beefing about. Like Pusha T apparently was wearing it first, and then Wayne started wearing it, and then Pusha T in the clips made a song called Mr. Me Too, saying that Wayne was trying to copy them. And
that's what the song's from.
It's so stupid. It is the dumbest beef ever. And then they started getting into Pusha T and Drake beefing because, oh, you signed to one dude who signed to another dude that's taking most of your money. Like, so they've been beefing for years, dude. So, like, I'm just curious to see what will come out of it whenever... And like, rap beef is kind of stupid, you know what I'm saying?
If they're not beating each other up and shooting each other, then it's not real beef. They just don't like each other. That's all it is.
Yeah, well,
if they end up on the same song together and they still, make some money off of it, I don't think they're gonna mind.
I'm actually very curious to see what the Port of Miami 2 will sound like. I like the first Port of Miami. I know you don't like Rick Ross. I like Rick Ross. He hasn't put out a good album in a couple of years, so we'll see how that turns out. But more people coming out. I know Post Malone said his album's done. Trippie Redd got an album coming. Who else? 21 Savage is releasing Savage Mode 2. Kid Cudi's coming out with a new album. Chance the Rapper just recently put out his album. So there's a lot of music coming out in the next couple of weeks and next couple of months. So before we wrap it up, who are you most looking forward to dropping? It doesn't have to be anyone I named.
Well, you named Trash Can 1, Trash Can 2.
Well, no, it doesn't have to be anyone I named.
Is that really what the fuck you listening to these days?
I'm just naming people that are coming out.
Lil Durk.
Oh yeah, he's another one that's coming. He's another one that's coming out. So that's what you're looking forward to?
Yes, I think it came out like today or yesterday or some shit.
I know.
Or soon.
Young Dolph just came out with a
Young Dolph and Key Glock.
Yeah, they came out with something.
Boy.
So
Young Thug.
Young Thug is dropping an album. Yeah, so there's a lot of people.
Boy.
So
you're just naming all these trash cans.
I'm just naming people that I remember dropping stuff, okay? That's all I'm saying. I'm just wondering who you are most looking forward to dropping new albums.
Lil Durk.
You're looking forward to Lil Durk.
Yes.
I'm kind of curious to see what Post Malone's album will sound like. I don't know if it will be... I liked Post Malone's last album, so I'm curious to see what that will sound like. Alright, so... We both, you and me both listen to two different types of rap music, man.
I like Post Malone too, but that's not what the fuck I'm wearing my pants over. Nobody gives a fuck about Post. I mean, yeah, people obviously, like.
So okay, before we move on, I'm
not some drunk college student. It's like, oh, I want to listen to Post Malone. What the fuck? Get that out of here.
All right, so
listen to Dirk's new shit.
Okay, so we're almost done with the podcast. Before we end it, I just want to say, dude, we are halfway through 2019.
Yes.
Okay. We're in July, about to be in August. Probably when this episode goes up, it will be towards, like, the last week of July. So, out of the past 6 months that's happened in 2019, who's had Album of the Year? We still got 6 more months to go, but out of the past 6 months, who's had Album of the Year?
No Cap.
No Cap had the best.
Back End Child.
He's had the best album?
Yes.
Okay, well.
Or Lil Keed.
I'm still gonna go with Crash Talk, dude. With Schoolboy Q.
Get the fuck out. You're so annoying.
Why? Because I like Schoolboy Q?
You can't name, like, a good album.
That album was good. I convinced you to listen to it, and you liked it.
Yeah, so?
I don't know. I'm pretty sure that will change. We still got 6 more months to go before the end of the year. So
yeah, Sex hasn't even came out with an album.
Does Young Thug still even go by Sex?
Yes, I just called him that right now.
No, I don't think he does, dude. I think he.
Yes, he.
No,
literally. Just
I don't think he does.
That right now.
I don't think he does, dude. I think it was just. Like,
I heard Young Band's album's good. I gotta listen to Young Band's album.
Ooh, is there an album that came out in the past 6 months that you were like, I want to check it out, and you just slept on that you still haven't listened to, or maybe an album that you've been sleeping on and you recently heard that you're like, holy shit, I've been sleeping on this album?
Not that I could think of. I'm sure there's many, many, many of them. That's what I'm looking for right now, seeing if there's anything I might have missed. Trippie Redd came out with a new song, Fire. With fucking Lil Baby in it, and Duke. That shit was flame. Bosky 3.5, Comethazine came out with some new shit. No, I don't know. Not that I could think of. I haven't listened to Dumb and Dumber by Key Glock and Young Dolph. I've been sleeping on that, even though it hasn't been long. But no, I can't think of anything. Fredo Bang had a good album. No, I mean probably anything by Drake. I'm never gonna wake up from that fucking nap. So I guess I'm sleeping on that. A Die a Legend by Polo G, fire as fuck. You've been sleeping on that one.
Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and end it off on that note.
All right, guys, this was the last episode of the podcast.
No, it was not. Calm down. So, all right. Then Jose already brought it up. You guys noticed I have been putting out less and less episodes every week. I apologize about that. It's just sometimes it's hard to get a guest on, and Jose has been really hesitant to be on the podcast the past couple of times. So, I don't know when the next episode will go up. Obviously, if some shit goes down in music, me and Jose are going to come back up here and talk about it. But yeah, I just had to come up here and talk a little bit about what's been going on in music. So, who knows? I don't know if the next episode will be next week or the week after that. I hope to have another guest. If Jose doesn't make it onto the next episode, I'll have someone to cover for you, Jose. So, alright guys. Well, thanks for listening to episode 16, and we will see y'all next time.
Free my crib. Free Tay K.